we've got some changes now for the American League. Al Kaline goes to right field, replacing Frank Robinson. Mike Cuellar is the new pitcher. Amos Otis is in center field, replacing Bobby Mercer. Cookie Rojas has gone to second base in place of Rod Carew. And Harmon Killebrew at first base. Take Norm Cash out. Lee May up for his first time. Slow curve delivered by Mike Cuellar. .34-year-old left-hander. 1 ball, 1 strike. Who's blossomed in one of the best the last 3 years, all in an Oriole uniform. He won 23 games 2 years ago, foul ball back. 24 games last year. And this year, he has won 13 and lost 1. He has an 11-game winning streak since his only loss of the year on May 9th to Oakland. 2-2. His big pitch is a screwball that breaks away from a right-hander. The sneaky fastball, a curve, and he also pitches with a lot of cunning. Slow one, wrap foul.
Cuellar at times will pitch a ball game and throw almost 75% screwballs, but it's not always the same kind of screwball. Like Marichal, he'll throw a fast one, change up on it, one that goes down, one that just breaks away from that right-handed hitter. He varies them.
May nearly jumped out of the batter's box at that one. 3-2. May had a bad knee at the start of the season, was off to a struggling start. Now he has 23 homers. Time call. Somebody has a light on in the stands.
Light shining in Brooks Robinson's eyes at third base, and you don't want that to happen with a hitter like May rifling him down at you.
Cuellar walks Lee May in the 6th inning. The batter now, Joe Torre, who's popped up and struck out. Four to 3 in favor of the American League. The National League batting here in the top of the 6th inning.
Frank Dumont went over to Sparky Anderson. Anderson called him over to find out where in the lineup the replacements in the American League, where they're going to be hitting.
Cuellar pitching to Joe Torre. To Brooks Robinson. There's 1. Rojas pivot 2. Taylor made all the way.
Good quick pivot by Cookie Rojas with Lee May bearing down on him. That Brooks, he really got rid of the ball again, didn't he? Here's Brooks again. Get ready stance. Right at him. Knows he's got the time. Watch this quick move by Rojas. Lee May got down there pretty well.
Rojas is having a fantastic year for those Kansas City Royals. Stargell, the strike one to him, has been hit by a pitch ball and struck out. Cuellar is one of a small group who's played for both leagues in the All Star game. And now the National League sends Nate Colbert out on deck. He swung at it. Strike 2. Colbert will bat for Marichal if he gets a chance.
Stargell was really going to get out in front of that one, really try and pull it, and Cuellar threw him the extra slow one.
They have the shift on, you'll note, against Stargell. 2-strike pitch to him. Cuellar fed him a changeup. 1-2. Cuellar's teammates call him Crazy Horse. native of Cuba. He looks like an Indian chief. That's where they get the name. A 1-2 delivery. Now he buzzes the fast one into it. He hasn't thrown the same pitch at the same speed since he's been in here. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
After you've seen a collection of all the slow stuff, that fastball can look even faster than one thrown by, say, a Vida Blue.
Got him on the slow ball. Crafty pitching by Mike Cuellar in the 6th inning. And at the end of 5.5 innings, it's the American League 4 and the National League 3.
Hi, I'm Don Drysdale. You know, the World Series and the All Star game have always been 2 of the most exciting parts of baseball for me. And this year, well, they can be pretty exciting for you, too. Chrysler Plymouth is having a special drawing. While you're watching the All Star game, pick a player who you think comes through with the most outstanding play. A panel of sportscasters will be doing the same thing for Chrysler Plymouth. And if your choice matches theirs, you can qualify to win 1 of 10 all-expense-paid trips for 2 to the first 2 games of the 1971 World Series, or 1 of 2,000 other prizes. So get your entry form and free All-Star booklet at any participating Chrysler Plymouth dealer. Well, that's the pitch.
Contest open to licensed drivers 18 or over. 1 prize per family. All prizes will be awarded. Closing date, midnight, July 17th.
Let's quickly go down to Lindsay.
Charlie Gehringer played in the first All-Star game, 1933. Doesn't seem that long ago, does it, Charlie?
No, not really.
What do you remember most about that All-Star game?
Well, the powerful lineup we had mostly because we had the terrific hitters. In fact, they were so good that the National League All-Stars came out to watch us take batting practice.
That was the days of Ruth and Garrett and people like that.
And Fox and Averill and dozens of others.
And Greenberg and Garrett. Charlie, it's so good to see you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Charlie Gehringer. Now let's go back upstairs.
And just as Gehringer was a longtime favorite here in Detroit, the man moving into the batter's box has been in recent years Al Kaline, who's never played a day of minor league baseball. Came right out of the high school playing fields of Baltimore to join the Tigers, and has been here ever since. He's facing Ferguson Jenkins, and Kaline on the first pitch has a base hit to center. And of course the hometown Tiger fans love it. Don Kessinger has gone to shortstop. Harmon Killebrew now will be hitting in Norm Cash's spot. And then Brooks Robinson on deck. The killer. Jenkins has won 13 and lost 8 for the Cubs. Of all, the Killebrew. He's the only National Leaguer who's won 20 games in each of the last 4 years. 20, 20, 21, and 22. Foul ball. He'll probably win at least 20 again this year. We have warm-up action in the National League bullpen. Don Wilson of Houston, who replaced the injured Larry Dierker, now warming up. The American League ahead 4-3 in the last of the 6th inning. Al Kaline at first. 1 ball, 1 strike to Harmon Killebrew. 1-2.
Jenkins can be murder, as you just saw in that last pitch, on the right-handed hitters. He comes from the side with that sweeping curve. Throws that crossfire fastball to catch the outside part of the plate. He's got good control. Kessinger at short, playing well over in the hole for Killebrew, expecting him to pull the ball. So is the outfield.
2-2. Killebrew's average 257 with the Twins. 11 homers, way below his usual pace this time of year. But 60 runs batted in. He's leading the American League in RBI. 2 more homers, and he'll have 500 lifetime homers. 3-2. You can't wander far off that bag against Johnny Bench, who makes those quick snap throws.
Killebrew looking down at Billy Hunter, the third base coach, looking to see if he's going to have K-line moving.
There it goes. There's a long belt to deep left. That one's up. It is gone. A home run for Killebrew.
Killebrew really lifted that one, Kurt. A low sinker ball on the 3-2 pitch. Let's see him go down after this pitch. See Bench going down and inside. Ball down around the knees, inside corner. Killebrew didn't hit it as hard as a lot I've seen him hit. Amos Otis congratulating him, as was K-Line right behind him.
So it's now 6-3 in favor of the American League. They've had 3 homers. The National League's had 2. Ball 1. They've had 9 runs in the game. They've all resulted from homers tonight. That's the first homer hit to left field. That was against the wind. 2-0 to Brooks Robinson. Killebrew's third All-Star game home run. Brooks is grounded out and flied out. He's 0 for 2. A strike, 2-1 to him.
Kurt, we're getting a chance to see why the hitters love to come here. I know your old pal Ted Williams loved this ballpark. Mickey Mantle did. Roger Maris. Good park to hit in.
2-1 pitch. Line shot to center. It's a base hit in front of Willie Davis. 3 hits in a row for the American League. And Bill Freehand's a batter. That's 7 hits now for the American League. And 3 hits for the National League. And 2 of their 3 hits have been home runs. Sparky Anderson just sent Ron Sano down to the National League bullpen to see if Don Wilson is ready.
It's an expensive messenger boy, wasn't it?
Okay.
There's Wilson.
Low and inside to Freehand. Ball 1. Freehand has flied to left and fouled to first. National League favorite tonight. Conceded to have the most power, but the American League's out-muscled them so far. 2-0. Brooks Robinson at first base. Fastball good for a strike. Looking down in the National League dugout, I see Willie Mays. He's through for the night. He played the first 3 innings. But he's intently watching the game down there in the top step of the dugout. There he is, pounding the ball on his leg. A high fly ball. He uppercut it too much. Willie Davis backpedaling, drifting with the wind, and puts it away. Back to first base goes Brooks Robinson. 1 out. Now it's Aparicio up. Amos Otis will be hitting in the number 9 spot. Little Louie is singled and bounced to the pitcher. 1 out, Brooks Robinson on first. Strike to him. 6-3, the American League ahead in the last of the 6th inning.
Kurt, looking at Willie Mays down there, someday we may see him standing in that same position, managing an all-star team.
Could be. The low curve, 0-2. Ferguson Jenkins, Canadian-born. Ball hit to second. A Cub double play combination goes to work. Beckert to Kessinger to May. And that's all for the American League in the 6th. They had 2 runs, 3 hits. There were no errors, nobody left. At the end of 6th, the American League 6, the National League 3.
Biggs, this noisy muffler's going to ruin my wedding. It must be fixed immediately.
My mechanic's off today. Come back tomorrow.
I can have the right parts by next Tuesday?
Yeah, but it'll take about 30 minutes.
Oh, bless you.
At Midas, we won't waste your time. With most cars, we'll have the muffler you need, and we'll take only 30 minutes to install it. We install mufflers for a living. We have to do a better job.
When Paul Revere made his midnight ride on April 18, 1775, John Hancock and Samuel Adams were hiding in this house in Lexington, Massachusetts. Today, we're painting it with Sears Best exterior latex because it's climate formulated to last a long time. We'd like to see the house standing a long time. It hasn't done bad for a start. Sears Best exterior latex for great American homes like yours.
We're going to the 7th inning. This is Kurt Gowdy, Tony Kubek, and Lindsey Nelson from Tiger Stadium in Detroit for NBC Sports. Don Kessinger will be hitting now in the number 5 spot. He's a switch hitter of the Chicago Cubs. He'll be followed by Johnny Bench and then Glenn Beckert. Kessinger with a seasonal .288 average. Mike Cuellar working on his 2nd inning. Vida Blue of Oakland pitched the first 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, but both were home runs. He struck out 3 in the 3 innings, foul back. Jim Palmer pitched 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs. Cuellar faced 3 men in the 6th, and here he is working in the 7th. Remember, the American League has lost 8 in a row to the National League. And last year they had a 3-run lead going to the last of the 9th inning and blew it. Foul back. Strike 2. The All-Star game started in 1933 in Chicago. In the early years, the powerful American League dominated it. And now in recent years, the National League has been the dominant team. They have changed now in that National League bullpen to Tom Seaver. Spare infielder Felix Meon is warming up. Fly ball, right field, Al Kaline there. This fellow's played his right field here better than anyone in Tiger history. He makes the play in the corner on the slice hit by a right-hander, holding the batter to a single. Normally a double against most right fielders. Johnny Bench crashed a home run in the upper deck in right center, and then hit a hot shot to third that was by Brooks Robinson. And with those card shark hands of his, he snaked it and fired over to first to get him. He's trying to bunt now on Brooks down at third. He couldn't get the ball by him in a World Series, so he's going to get it in front of him.
That's not too unusual for Bench. You expect him to hit for power, but he's beaten out some bunts this year and last year too. Saw Brooks, who plays a deep third base, tried to lay it down on him.
He got that one by him.
Just
Bench's
barely.
second hit.
He's hit the ball hard every time up.
That puts Bench at first, 1 out, and Glenn Beckert of the Cubs coming up. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network. Six to 3, American League leading on our NBC scoreboard. Nate Colbert has come out on deck for the National League. Glenn Beckert, the batter. Cuellar feathers one in for a strike. Tiger left-hander Mickey Lolich starting to warm up in the American League bullpen.
Beckert, a good right field hitter, and Rojas is giving him a lot of room between first and second.
He pops it up. Brooks Robinson gives way to Aparicio. The American League shortstop has it, 2 down. And here's power hitting Nate Colbert batting now. Hitting .277. There's Lolich, a 14-game winner for the Tigers. Colbert has 19 homers, 51 runs batted in. He had 38 homers last year. Sort of unrecognized around the country as one of the best power hitters in the game. Pinch hitter Colbert takes a strike.
Get a chance. Let's take a look at his hands and the position of that bat. He's got the bat actually resting on his shoulder in a parallel position to the ground. Very unusual.
One strike to him. That slow curve in again. Strike two. Willie Davis on deck. 2 down for the National League. Johnny Bench at first. Oh, there's some great pitching. 2 slow ones and got the fastball by him. He had Colbert completely off balance at the plate. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. And now the 7th inning stretch in Detroit with a score. The American League 6, the National League 3.
You better hurry, Nancy. I'm pitching today.
Okay.
But what are you doing?
We need gas. $1 worth, please. Now for some quick starting gasoline.
What?
And then some detergent gasoline.
Nancy, you don't have to make 3 stops. Pull in here. These are Phillips 3 for the money performance gasolines. They give you quick starts, good mileage, and cleansing action. 3 for the money.
Oh, Tom, you take all the fun out of shopping.
The Performance Star.
If you could put a plastic shield on your face, you'd have protection from nicks and cuts, but you wouldn't get much of a shave. However, now you can get a smooth, comfortable shave and have protection from nicks with this kind of shield. Gillette Foamy. Not plastic, but creamy, rich lather that actually acts as a safety shield with lubricating agents that help glide your blade. So you shave close, but you can shave painless. Yes, this is can protection from the #1 brand.
Next Saturday, Tony and I will be in Atlanta, Georgia for NBC's Major League Game of the Week. Maury Wills, Richie Allen, Willie Davis, Wes Parker, some of the stars with the Dodgers, Hank Aaron, Orlando Cepeda, Ralph Garr, Felix Mion with the Braves. The Dodgers and the Braves at 2 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time right here on NBC. And every Saturday throughout the season, we have 3 more Monday night games for you, too, followed by the playoffs in the American National League, and all capped off in October by the World Series on NBC. Amos Otis now batting in the #9 spot. It's a fly ball to left field. Willie Stargell will be camped under. 1 down. Don Wilson is the new pitcher for the National League. Larry Dierker had been announced by manager Sparky Anderson to represent the Astros. Dierker's shoulder tightened up, so Don Wilson replaced him. Now Cookie Rojas is up for the first time, replacing Rod Carew. Rojas gets a foul ball down the left field line. What a job he and Otis have done for the vastly improved Kansas City Royals this year. Rojas having his greatest season is batting .315, 6 homers, 39 RBIs. Hits a fly ball, shallow right. Clemente coming on. He makes basket catches like Mays. 2 down. Don Buford is now coming out. Don Buford. Switch hitter, has more power left than he does right. 2 down. Nobody on, last of the 7th. The American League leading 6-3. Ball 1 to Buford. Former football star at the University of Southern California. Two balls, no strikes. Buford has 13 homers so far with the Orioles. Surprise you for a little fella. Look at that swing. 2-1 to him.
Tremendous eye. He gets on base, gets the bases on balls. Has learned to play the left field, too.
He's in the top 5 batters of the American League, hitting .314. 2-2. 4 pitchers in Major League history have hit home runs in games in which they pitched a no-hitter. And 2 of them are here tonight. You're looking at one right now, Don Wilson. Rick Wise is the other in the National League bullpen. That's all for Buford. He's tagged out by Johnny Bench. So the American League's down 1-2-3 in the 7th. At the end of 7, it's still the American League 6, the National League 3.
When you fish for tuna, you watch, you wait, and you make ready. Then you spot them. Tuna! And you better get them while they're running, because you get no second chance. All the gusto in the world's out there. And now is the time to get it. You only get one crack at life, so you look for all the gusto you can. The life you live, the work you do, even in the beer you drink. When you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer.
We pause now for station identification.
Vic Damone, Carol Lawrence, and Gail Martin share the spotlight Thursday night at 10, 9 Central Time.